What is up, everybody? Steve here. Today is December 13th. It is a Tuesday. The CPI report came out. The consumer price index rose just 0.1% from the previous month and increased 7.1% from a year ago. And we got food prices up 0.5%. We got energy down 1.6%. That could have something to do with tapping into the reserves. And I anticipate fuel costs to increase drastically coming into 2023, which is going to hurt everybody. Used cars down 2.9%. Owner's equivalent rent up 0.7%. Why am I bringing this up? Because this has a lot to do with how people's financial situations are right now. Credit card debt is exploding. And Powell's probably going to come out with probably 50 basis points increase tomorrow, and that's just going to increase the cost of borrowing, whether you're buying a car or if you have credit card debt. So my goal is to make sure that you guys are in a financially good position regardless of what happens in the economy. And if you're doing things right, you guys can actually thrive in a downturn. And right now, according to Black Knight, and these are the things that we've been trying to stress to people, is just be careful when we're buying anything of substantial value, including a home. I think that home ownership is fantastic for everybody as long as you guys are buying correctly. But unfortunately, I think we're going to see a lot of people in bad positions based on when they purchase their property. Black Knight goes on to say, of all homes purchased with a mortgage in 2022, 8% are now at least marginally underwater, and nearly 40% have less than 10% equity stake in their home. A situation most concentrated among FHA and VA loans. If you guys are buying real estate and you're using an FHA loan, which is the first property I purchased, you can get in with about 3.5% down. VA, in many cases, you can get in with no money down. And unfortunately, if people are not doing their homework and seeing where property values are and buying at the height of the market, you know, our anticipation for literally over the last 2 years is we're inflating a large bubble, not just in real estate, but all asset classes with, you guys know, with all the stimulus and quantitative easing and everything that the government has done to manipulate, the monetary policies that have taken place. And now Powell and the Fed and our government is trying to do these corrections, which I think is just going to backfire. And, we don't need the CPI report coming out and telling us that the cost of food is expensive. Everybody's feeling it. We're feeling it. I know everybody is feeling it. And some people are better off than others. And the problem is right now is I foresee people's equity position in real estate is going to diminish. And people that bought this year or even the end of last year, unfortunately, a lot of that equity position is probably going to be wiped out in many areas, in my opinion. Goes on to say more than 25% of 2022 FHA and VA purchase mortgage holders now have dipped into negative equity, with 80% having less than 10% equity. And remember, on the sale of the property, if you guys sell your property and you're paying, closing costs related to taxes, doc stamps, that's in Florida, as well as title insurance, and if you have real estate commissions, that 10% equity position is pretty much eradicated in current today valuations, and you're seeing it across the board. A lot of areas are decreasing in terms of real estate values. And now check this out. Early payment defaults. Loans delinquent within 6 months of origination have been rising among FHA borrowers over the past year and now sit above pre-pandemic levels. So what does this mean? It means that people are financially in trouble. People are utilizing credit cards right now, and I've been through this in the last real estate crash. I hate to sound like a broken record, but I went through the same thing. I maxed out 6-7 credit cards just to keep my head above water. And ultimately, I got to a position where my credit card companies literally were saying, look, you're capped out. You have an extra 10 grand on that credit card that you could use. we actually terminated that. That happened multiple times on multiple credit cards, and this is happening with people right now. And people are going to be tapped out, and when they exercise their right for the last bit of that credit amount, they're going to have no other options but to go delinquent on the credit card bills, on their house, on their cars, and it's going to be a house of cards for a lot of people, unfortunately. So anyway, as always, I'll put the link in the description for you guys from Black Knight, and I'll see you guys on the next video. Thanks for being here.